Well, this is going to be a fun, difficult stream tonight because my chat bot isn't working. So I've got chat on the screen here, and I can still highlight Shane Chappell's comment over here, who said Lost Ark, wrong film, but you got Indiana Jones right. And Philo Sousa, I don't know what you're saying. It's a lot of things you're saying, but I can't. Apart from Facebook, I can't show chat on the screen. As a matter of fact, I've just lost my other chat bot now. Hang on a second. So unfortunately, I can't display anything at the moment because something's going on with Restream. Normally when this goes down, because it's happened before, it will appear on my screen. As soon as that happens, and I can click back over here and we can actually get that done again. But how the devil is everyone? It's good to be here on this freezing cold -7 degrees in England at the moment. Well, in Corby at the moment. In Essex, where my kids are, it's still snow there. And if you saw today's video, which was the, what did I build today? The Ford GT. This whole week's blending into each other. I showed you my waterfall, which was covered in ice. Well, now, that ice has now enveloped the whole thing. Water's still running through it, but it's just a big block of ice. So, pretty interesting. I've got no idea what's going on Facebook at the moment, but Philo Sousa, if you're watching me, I don't speak Spanish. And it doesn't translate it for me. So I haven't got a clue what any of that says. That essay that you've sent me. Which is all cool. Today, I thought I would show you the Starship collection that I've got. I'd also... it's -3 up there. So it's colder down here, Robert, than up there. You've got to be kidding me. That's just crazy. You just literally watched that movie 5 minutes ago. What? Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull? I don't think there was a film called Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I don't know what you're talking about. There's only 3 Indiana Jones films that I know of. So I was watching Avatar today, you know, and mainly on account that on Sunday I'm going to be watching the new Avatar film, The Way of Water. But I wanted to figure out why I didn't like Avatar as a film when I first saw it. And I'm starting to understand that the story's been done before. The story's just Dances with Wolves, basically. But it was Star Trek that made me pinpoint it. And that is, when I watch these new original series Star Treks, and you have the B-roll footage of the Enterprise going for a planet or some new special effects, they've souped it up and made a nice CGI effect. Well, Avatar's the same. It's got some great scenes in it, but when it has the cutscenes, it looks like a game to me. Now, I know this technology was, how old's Avatar now? 13 years? 13 years ago, and I'm hoping The Way of Water's improved it. But to me, it looked like a game, and I just couldn't get myself in that world. I felt like I was playing a game, and I don't know if that is what played on it, but and the fact that the story's been done to death. But who knows? Hello, Wayne, over on Facebook. It is lovely and warm in the workshop this evening. It takes a lot of time to warm up in the morning, though. I think it's because, you know, -7 at night or something like that. Yeah, basically Fern Gully's the other one as well. It's been done to death. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to sit for a film which is another 3 hours, isn't it? So I'm going to do that Sunday, and I'll let you know how it goes. But I mean, I watched it today and it was all right. But, you know, I can't see why everyone was like... to me, it was like a Christopher Nolan movie. I just don't know why there's so much hype around them. One day I'll figure it out. I don't know. Okay, so what else have I got to tell you? Let's have a look. Partwork Upgrades at the moment. They have got a deal on at the moment, and I can't find your thing here, and I put it on here, not that. Here it is, I think. They've got a deal which only goes on to the 25th of December. So you saw me using that Partwork Upgrades mat today. They've got 10% off the assembly cushions, 15% off mega deals, and 20% off blueprints. And that's at partworkupgrades.com. So if you haven't checked that out, check out Partwork Upgrades. And I'm sure there's something else I've been mentioning, but for, you know what, for the life of me, I can't think what that is. So I apologise for that. Christian, you are in Grantham. I was going to say, I thought something was throwing me out today.
Let's give it up big time.
It's so
Hello, Christian from Grantham. Now let's get cracking.
But that's on Facebook. And the problem is when I do that, I won't do that again. When I do that, let me hide that message. It hides the actual main chat from YouTube. This is going to get so confusing. But there you go. Tomorrow, just to let you know, on the channel, I'm going to be doing the fire truck. It's quite a fiddly little stage. There are some things that we have to fix from stages 6 and 7, which I don't need to do because I think I might have sanded mine off. But I'll explain that all when we do that video tomorrow. So that video is going to be out slightly later tomorrow. Then starting from Monday next week, I'm going to be giving you the link to the quiz, which is on Thursday night at 7 o'clock. It's a 2-hour stream. Mrs. Welderwain's going to be joining me, and I think there's going to be 50 questions. I was going to do 60, but I think that might be too much with the amount of lager I might be drinking and the banter and stuff like that, and obviously getting the answer sheet out and all of that. I think 50 questions should be ample. I'm up to 30 at the moment. I need 20 more, so that's all good, but I'll let you know all about that starting from Monday next week. Also next week, I'm going to be doing the Porsche box 7. Am I on 6, 7? I think we're on that. And the only other thing I've got left to do is the fire truck and Titanic pack 7. I don't think I've got anything else here. And when I do the Porsche, I'm going to show you what's behind me here. These are the stands for the Jaguar E-Type. Now, one's a normal stand and one is the premium stand. I'm going to show you the difference between them as well. So that's going to be all fun as well. Now, the only other thing I want to show you, I will get to the chat in a minute, I promise. You know me babbling on my monologue on these streams. Is I'm going to show you the Star Wars spaceships collection and what we've got this time. So, here we go. Got the thing up here. What's that? Is that on the camera or on my screen? No, that's where I've been having my coffee. I need to clean that. So they've gave us 3 ships this time. The first one is the Y-Wing fighter. Now, the scale is all over the place for these because this is only the size of my hand, and you've seen some of the other ships for this. So it's weird that this one's actually a lot smaller than the X-Wing. A lot smaller, well, a lot bigger than the Millennium Falcon. I mean, the scale's all over the place. It's nicely detailed. Remember, everything on here is metal. So that is the Y-Wing fighter. Then we've got this one. I think the paint job could have done better on this one. But this is the B-Wing fighter. And I'm sure that there's a lot more orange on this. I know you've got this little bit of orange here. But I'm sure there's a lot more orange on this. I had the Kenner one of these with the rotating gyroscope here. But, and obviously the wings folded down as well. But again, that's all metal. And that's the B-Wing fighter. Don't know. Obviously, all these come on stands as well. I haven't put them on the stands just so I can show you these. And then the last one we've got is the Desert Skiff, which looks like that from Tatooine, ready to chuck someone into a Sarlacc pit. I do like how that's laid out. Again, all this is metal. Even this little gun here is metal inside. You've got some details in there, as you can see. That's what it looks like from underneath. And that's the skiff. Again, the size, if I compare them with the Y-Wing, you can see now why there's a difference in size for both of these. I do like the fins on the back of these as well, actually. That's quite one of my favourites at the moment, actually, I have to say. I do like that. But that's what I've got for the Starships collection. I did also get the Encyclopedia collection, and they sent me some Stormtroopers with their backs up against the books. I think we're up to about 60 books now. I think there's about 40 left. So that's all good. Believe it or not, stand by. Make sure you hide all your Alexas. Alexa, turn off the heater. Okay. I'm cooking in here, so I'm going to turn the heater off. And now I'll get to chat. Something to ponder on. Dave Coggins asked, what do we all think about the price of part works going up at the moment? What's your thoughts? My thoughts, personally, is that the cost of living's higher. So the cost of goods are higher, the cost to produce things higher, the cost of energy is higher, the cost of logistics is higher, the cost of containers in China is higher, the cost of manufacturing in China is higher. Remember that they've still got a lot of COVID lockdowns, which they're hopefully stopping now. I'm shocked that they haven't gone up in price a lot sooner than they have now, to be honest with you. But it is what it is. And while we've got an 11% inflation rate in the UK, I think they're going to go up even more. But there you go. Is what it is. That's my thoughts on it. What's your thoughts on it? Where am I? Ian Campbell said The Godfather. Was that the film guest, The Godfather? That was actually the very last scene with, what's the guy's name? That wasn't Harrison Ford, just so you know. That was the guy from Harry Potter and, I can't remember his name. Someone's going to tell me. Broadbent. Jim Broadbent. There we go. That was who it was. That was him getting a book out of the drawer. But it's all cool. There's 5 prizes, by the way, for the quiz. We've got, I will show this on the quiz night. We've got the Scalextrics DeLorean versus Back to the Future. We've got a box of the Ferrari collection, not the one that I showed you on stream, brand new one with different cars. We've got the 124 scale Airfix Spitfire. And we've also got, that's free. And Partwork Upgrades are donating a £50 store card and a £50 Amazon card. That's 5 prizes at the moment. There may be some other ones. I need to talk to Ian again, but that's what we're up to at the moment. I think 5's quite a good number, actually. Otherwise, after Christmas and with postal strikes, we'd be sending things and they won't be appearing to the summer. So who knows? But it's -2 in Devon at the moment. I'm sorry I can't highlight messages at the moment, I have to say. It's annoying, that is. But I will try and say your name as I read things out. Like astromech.net saying 50 degrees Fahrenheit here in Texas. Oh, that's a naff paint job of the B-Wing. It is. It's not even like an Imperial white, Lou. It's I don't know what colour that is, but it looks like emulsion. It really does remind me of emulsion. So it is die cast. So I'm wondering, shall I just drop that into some paint remover and paint it again? It's a thought. Wait till the rolling blackouts come out, Robert Beveridge says. I can't see that happening. I think the government will be a lot of trouble if we start having rolling blackouts. It's not the 70s. Oh, Mrs. Weldon Wayne's turned up. Richard Turnbull, I did love what you just sent me on Facebook Messenger, by the way. You're watching Avatar tomorrow afternoon. I wasn't even going to go see it because I've had a last-minute cancellation, which means I'm allowed to. I'm allowed to? Sounds like I'm in prison. I'm going out tomorrow evening to watch an orchestra playing music from John Williams and Hans Zimmer. How cool is that for Christmas? So we're going to be watching, I think some of the things they listed, Indiana Jones, Polar Express, Harry Potter. Oh, it's going to be great. So I'm in my element. The music of John Williams and Hans Zimmer by I don't know who the orchestra is. The London Orchestra? I don't know. It's not the Symphony Orchestra. It's not the LSO. I know that. Don't know who it is, though. Yes, Adrian James. I was reading that story just before we came on stream. Henry Cavill quit The Witcher to do Superman, did an interview to say he's now doing Superman. Now he's not doing Superman. So now he's not going to be The Witcher or Superman. So I don't know what that means. Bit strange, isn't it? But who knows? My chat box, I clicked something, so my chat went again. I'm sorry for this. This is really throwing me out tonight. I will get to chat, though. You know what I'm like. I have my monologue and I fall behind on chat. If patrons know, but just so you know, in the new year, I'm going to be starting a series of videos, which I'm thinking is going to take quite a hefty amount of time. And it's all to do with what Phil's doing at the moment, which is the Enterprise refit. I've got the refit now, the 1350, and I'm going to be doing it. But I'm going to be doing my own lighting for it. So it's going to be a real broken down video. And it's not going to be like a weekly thing and all that. I don't know how long it's going to take. But I'll be going into techniques and stuff like that. And I'm hoping that people who have experienced it before, Lou, will be able to give pointers along the way. But we'll have to see. But I have been looking at other websites, YouTube channels as well. Phil's doing brilliant with his at the moment. I think TrekWorks is doing the refit as well at the moment. There seems to be a resurgence of people doing the refit, which is quite interesting. Perhaps you should do it as well, Lou. We can all do refits together. But that would be cool. I'm wondering, why isn't there a 1350 scale Enterprise D or E? I haven't seen one by Polar Light. Why can't Polar Lights do that? I mean, we've got our Enterprise D down there, which I really am thinking that if that comes back, I'm still not tempted to whether I'm going to do that or not. But I haven't heard anything about that, by the way. So you've hinted to the wife you need a blueprint, Will's Workshop. Howard, but supposedly James Cameron came up with it first, as he said it was years ago, way before the technology could do it. That's why he waited. So he watched Dances with Wolves and thought, that's nothing like my movie. Wasn't it South Park taking the mickey out of Dances with Wolves with Smurfs, who's just Avatar? I'm sure it was. If he can do that, then you know what, the Star Wars is my idea. You know, when I was born, I thought, you know, playing with my little toys, wouldn't it be good to have some sort of space soap opera? Cheers. Salut. Slancha. Is that what we say in Scotland? Slancha. I probably pronounced that wrong. I apologise. Fun fact, did you know the original Star Wars poster that the Y-Wing is facing backwards? Is it? You're going to make me look, Robert. I will check that afterwards. I mean, how many we got now? So we've had about 8 deliveries, 8, 16. We must have about 20 or 24 ships now. But they are all different sizes and scales. So I don't quite know if you display them like in order that you're getting them on the shelf. I'm guessing you'll have like scales together. Because like the AT-AT was smaller than that Y-Wing there. Pretty strange. Oh my God, what's happening? Again, my chat is like... Stand by. My chat is just jumping down. So if I do miss any chat tonight, I apologise for that. It's hard for me to keep track of what's going on here. I only got one Stormtrooper with Star Wars Encyclopedia. Oh, David Gills. I haven't actually opened my box. It's in the house at the moment. Perhaps I did only get one. I don't know. I might have only got one now you said that. One Stormtrooper holding up a whole stack of books. He ain't going to last very long, is he? Everything is very expensive. It is at the moment, but relatively speaking, everything has gone up. My Mrs. Worldaway will tell you about our food shop at the moment. It's getting ridiculous. So, you know, we'll be eating dust and cardboard soon. Hello, Andrew Cuts. Check out the Jay Leno's Garage feature of the Chevrolet Corvette that Agora are bringing out. I will check that out. Did you know, Andrew Cuts, Jay Leno's Garage is actually one of Phil's babies, Spruverse. He was the producer on that, I believe. Pete, PJB75, you started watching Mobile Suit Gundam movies on Netflix. I'm sure I've seen a Bandai model from the space station for the first film built on YouTube. I didn't even know they were on Netflix, Pete, to be honest with you. And Wayne, will Agora model be bringing out more models? James, they've got another announcement. They've got an announcement Christmas Day. They've obviously got the Transformer coming out. And then when I went to visit them, I don't know if it includes the Corvette they just announced, but they said they've got 11 new models coming out between now and the end of next year. No idea what they are, but I know there's a big announcement on Christmas Day. So, you know, after you've had your Christmas dinner and you're sitting there with your sherry or your drambuie or your lager, check on your social media and see if they've announced anything. I think that's what the thing said. I'm sure it did. The Crystal Skulls was number 4. David, no, there definitely weren't an Indiana Jones 4. You know what? The amount of people that emailed me to say there was an Indiana Jones 4 and they linked me to the Internet Movie Database. I'm just choosing to ignore it, that David, that there wasn't an Indiana Jones 4. The trailer for Indiana Jones 5 looked really good though, so I am looking forward to that. We've been having a good watch. I mean, I don't watch a lot of TV, and normally I've really cut back on what I used to watch. I used to be at the cinema every week, but I've watched Wednesday. I've enjoyed that. What was I watching today? Oh, we've been watching the new National Treasure on Disney Channel. Nothing like the Nicolas Cage National Treasure, but it's in the same sort of tone. So we've been enjoying that. But and now I'm off to the cinema to watch Avatar, so that should be fun as well. Hello, Ian Longley. What fitting is it to go into the X-Wing? Can't find my stand that they supplied. Well, I use my own thing. Ian, I'm trying to remember what it was. It was a 10mm bolt that's in there. And then I can't remember what the thing was called, but that is just a microphone stand. And I just screwed the microphone stand in there. But I had to bend it over, as you see, it's got a bend in it, to get that effect of it going in that direction. But that's all completely my own thing. I didn't use anything that they sent. So hopefully that helps. But it's a 10mm something or other. I don't know what it was. 10mm bolt with a screw on it. No, I'm lying to you. It was 8mm. It was 10mm to 8mm adapter. That's what that was. I'm sure it was. And then the microphone thing went into it. I hope that helps, or it's either helped you or it's confused you, Ian. Where can I get the Dilo in? I thought you missed out a D there, Mark. Dilo, where can I get the Dilo in? I don't know what you mean, Mark. Sorry. My workshop, Will's workshop, my workshop camera agrees. Devon Plymouth is -2. Wow. I don't know what we are at the moment. Sorry. Oh, the Back to the Future car. Well, that was Eagle Moss, and they're not around anymore. So until we know what's happening, I don't know how you'd get hold of the DeLorean, to be honest with you. It reached minus 7.5 in Lincolnshire early hours of the morning. You know what? Just putting a bath towel on my windscreen of the car has saved Mrs. Rhoda Wayne so much hassle in the mornings before school, because all she does is take it off. I stick it back on the radiator. No scraping of windows or anything. It's all ready to go. Simplest thing. You should look at people to look at their logo in their time. What was it? The Chicago Bulls, is it? Stand by. Yeah, the Chicago Bulls logo. Apparently, if you turn it upside down, it looks like a robot's violating a crab. How do people find this stuff out? Are they just sitting there one day and thinking, you know, like lying in a field looking at clouds? I had the shock of my life. It's one of these things that, well, why am I discussing it? It's Chat Thursday. We discuss about anything. I was doing research about GP waiting times in the UK because I didn't know. Everyone's saying that, you know, there's not enough. People are waiting 6 hours in things. So I typed GP into Twitter and put top results. And what I saw was gobsmacking me. Nothing to do with GPs. How long has hardcore pornography been on Twitter? Because I was shocked that that is on Twitter. So I reported it, but apparently that's the way that Twitter is now. I can see why a lot of people are jumping ship from that platform. Crazy stuff. Pass on Avatar. Avatar's not rocking a lot of boats. Hopefully get the solar panels in before the blackouts start. Are you having them fitted soon, Chris? Do you get, well, I suppose you do get a lot of sunshine down there. We've got quite a few people with solar panels around here, but I just don't know if they're economical. That's a crap load of strep throat going around here. We've got a lot of people ill here, Lou. The fact that I got those tickets is because the people that had them are real, unfortunately. So I'd still go if I was ill. So, hello, Wayne. Nice jumper. I've actually got some more, but I'm recycling what I've actually been wearing because I want to save. You've seen my Gremlins, my blue Gremlins one. For the Christmas quiz, I'm going to be wearing my red Gremlins one. It's my favourite Christmas jumper. It's my quiz jumper, as I call. David Coggins, 4 was the crystal skulls of Indy and his son. Oh, bless. Howard, actually, I bought 2 pallets of particle boards of 2-inch thick. Is the 2-inch thickness or 2 thickness, whatever that is, centimeters, meters, and they were cheaper right now at 11 per a year ago when it was 34 a sheet. Wow. Oh, thank you, Debauchery T. You're watching the Willow series, classic film. I like the film. I've seen the series. I'm getting really nervous about watching these reboot series. It just seems like a cash cow for Disney. They're just trying to milk things. I haven't even watched Andor yet because people are saying it's great, but I'm just like I'm starting after Book of Boba Fett. I'm just like I'm Star Wars'd out. I'm Marveled out. I'm not. I haven't seen Black Panther, the new one. I'm just like I can't be bothered with it. Indian Sam Wiki, Transformers meets Crystal Skull. Yeah, I say it's in Transformers. India the Skull movie. Nope, do not exist in their reality. Just like the 2000. There was a 2016 Ghostbusters. Get out of town. My car, you got to scrape the inside and outside. You need replacement seals, Paul Reynolds. God. No problems, James Maroon. Hello, Colin Walker. I put a mate thread bar on my X-Wing stand. An M8. It was an M8. So yeah, I was right. So it is an 8mm screw in there. But I used a 10mm adapter so I could stick it on a mic stand. God, that's memory for you. Mark, you just done the pipes on the engine of Kit. I struggle with that. When I go, the engine and the pipes came off, so I ended up gluing them all down. Rule of thumb, Mark, Pringles Leaf, is that I did the Porsche last night for the Patreons. Glue every pipe down. If you do that at the start, you're going to save yourself a big headache. For the Patreons, I did finish the Porsche yesterday, and it's looking really good. We put the wheel arch on in stage 18, but you'll see that when I do that with the Agora model one. Philip, I can't see the Lancaster bomber coming out next year. The reason being is because Hachette tend to only do 2 builds a year, and we know that Tumblr's one of them, and I'm sure the Alien's going to be the other one. But I can't see them doing free. Prove me wrong, Hachette. But it is worth saying that the Tumbler comes out on the 28th of January in the UK. I don't know about the US. I don't think you're getting it, are you? Unfortunately. But it's going to be coming out every other week. So it's fortnightly for the first 6 issues. So for the first 3 months, it's every other week. And then it will go to weekly. So, but it's definitely going to be TV advertised and everything. And it will be in your stores because it's in the shops from the 28th of December, which I believe is a Wednesday. So you should be able to see it in your shops on the Wednesday. Yeah, the remake of Ben-Hur, that was painful. Chris Hurst, watch the program about technology iPlayer and how the pin name came about on credit cards. Really? My God, Edward Bellamy. Hello, Edward. Edward, I did comment. Thank you for sending me the mobile phone holder and ring light. I have sent something out to you, but the post is just a nightmare. So even though it's gone to the post office, the Royal Mail's a different part of the company, so I'm just hoping it gets delivered to you before Christmas. But thank you so much for that, Edward. Indiana Jones films in order: Raiders, Temple, Last Crusade, TV series Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, and number 5. I can't read that; it's gone blurry. I could be wrong. I like saying I could be wrong, but I'm sure our friend Phil Siegel over at Sprueverse had something to do with Young Indiana Jones Chronicles as well. I don't know. I'm sure he'll correct me. You watch Sprueverse building the Spaceballs Ranger. I know the video's just come out. I haven't seen it yet, but I want to. I said he should have everything labelled Spaceballs around him. Spaceballs the spruce cutter. Spaceballs the paintbrush. Spaceballs the cutting mat. I will watch. I'll probably watch that after the stream actually. So there's always been porn on Twitter. I just stumbled across it. To say I was looking for doctors and it brought that up, my face was like, I said to Mrs. Rodaway, look, because you have to look at something that's like, look. I said, this was a search for GP. Terrible. Watch Fringe. It's JJ is best, equal to Lost and Star Trek. I've heard of it, haven't watched it. Never watched Lost either, Paul Allen Ryder. Glad I didn't, because I heard it had a pretty crappy ending. But Star Trek, I'm because I had a rewatch of the original series. I'm not rewatching the Next Generation because that and Deep Space Nine, I only had a rewatch of that, about a year ago. I haven't seen Voyager for a long time. I can't stand Enterprise. I can't stand Discovery. So, but I do like Strange New Worlds. So, and I love the Orville. The internet wouldn't have existed without the Triple X stuff. Funny enough, Howard, I said, I think you've heard this story before, but I was sent out to Germany working in Blockbusters to close all the stores in Germany, all our Blockbuster stores, for that very reason, that we didn't sell beer and we didn't do adult movies. So it bombed. Everyone was just going to their local video store, which did have that sort of thing. So, and some of the stores that we were closing never opened. So they were all ready to open with a grand store opening, never been touched, shelves full, never got to see the light of day. Crazy stuff that was. That was around about 1998, 97, 98, something like that. Crazy time that was. So I was in Munich doing that. We had a team in Berlin and a team in Munich. It was so fun. It was one of the funnest times in Blockbusters, even though it was a sad thing that we were closing the stores. Hello, Roy. You actually had to grind away some of the black plastic inside R2-D2's head in order to get the logic lights to fit properly next to his red-blue lights. I remember I struggled with that, but I didn't have to grind anything, Roy. I'm just trying to think. No, I think I just managed to push mine in. It was a pain, but yeah, I did get it in the end. Mrs. World Away. Email pictures when it's complete. Love to see it. Oh, cool. Mrs. World Away, make sure she'll get that. That's good. Hey, bro, because you need, that's your username. And my chatbot still hasn't updated, unfortunately. Start the journey to the UK tomorrow if the snow does not stop us. Because you need. That's my brother. Is that what you called yourself? Because you need. Wow. Hello, Mike. My brother's coming over for Christmas and then he's going off to Australia. So he's finished the tour of duty in Canada now. And be off to Australia, but we're going to be able to see you over Christmas. But there you go. Why are you called Because You Need? That's your username. You could have thought something more original than Because You Need. Crazy. Robert Beveridge, your Megazord is coming along beautifully. Be fantastic when it's standing 2 feet tall. Where are you putting that, Robert? I bet Leslie loves that. 2 foot tall. Wow. You think there's 2 other things coming in the mail? Yeah, it's best to communicate as you've done there, Howard, because she won't let me touch anything that comes through the door. All that's been coming at the moment, if it hasn't been fabric for Mrs. Rhoda Wayne, is I've been getting lots of parts. I don't know if you can see this over here. For the refit, I've got a new scribing tool, new sandpaper. I've got all the lights, all the strip lighting, all the SMDs. I've already got nanos. I've got everything. So I'm hoping to start that in January. And here he is. You're late. Hello, Phil. How's it going, Phil? There's no chat tonight because the whole system's malfunctioned and I can't get anything up on the screen. So I'm having to read out peeps' names, but it's all fun. You actually like the ending of Lost, right? I've never seen it, but I mean, is it a spoiler to say the ending? Didn't they all just wake up and it was like they're all dead anyway? Was that the thing? They paid someone to write that ending. That's why it's enough. I think I watched I think the first series of Lost where something was crashing through the woods, but you never get to find out what that is. Am I right? I don't know. Yeah, I just right over my head. Hachette Park words. What's coming? You said, Wayne. What's coming? The Alien and the Tumblr. The display print for the Agora 312T4 came today. Oh, has it? I haven't received that yet. So Dave Phillips, if you're watching, haven't received that yet. Haven't received that. When this Brewverse will change his name to Sprue So much better now that you... I think he's come at the right time, haven't you, Phil? Oh, bless. Where am I? You like fabric? Stop fabric shaming me. You like fabric. Most of this house is took up with all your fabric. And you've already openly admitted to me that you haven't got a clue what you've got fabric-wise. And if you look at her lady cave at the moment, I've got to really rephrase her room where she does the fabric. If you look at the place where she does all her fabric building, don't look at her lady cave. She doesn't know where anything is. So it's ripped apart while she's trying to find things. And she says that all of that's going to change when she's got herself and I can't think of the name of it. Apparently you buy it from IKEA and it's something with holes in it, cubby holes. I'm sure she's going to tell me on chat what it is. Take care, Ian. See you later, mate. You're building your third Voyager with photo... Hello? A what? Kallax. Just write it. Alexa, stop. Kallax, is that a word? Kallax unit? She knows what she's talking about. I don't know. She'll be in the workshop next Thursday, so she doesn't have to do that. She could just talk to me here. Hopefully we don't have the chat malfunction that we seem to be having tonight. I think the stamps coming direct to you. Oh, that's okay, David. That's no problems. Probably best to keep it there, actually, because when the thing's finished, it'll be just another thing to bring otherwise. So I will make sure, because I want to box the car up so it's not going to get damaged on the way to you. What, the Dark Knight Tumblr? Yes, the Dark Knight Tumblr comes out next week Wednesday. I knew it was coming out soon, but because obviously you think it's either, at the moment we're in that period where things are either before Christmas or after Christmas. You don't actually think about how many days there are. So a week Wednesday, the Tumblr's coming out. But, you know, it sounds a lot quicker saying that than saying it's coming out after Christmas. That seems like miles away. But no, a week Wednesday. Lady cave. I've got a man cave. She's got a lady cave. What can I say? Dad delivered it and the replacement parts for the 2A6 has been dispatched. They have. I believe you're getting a box 13 if you were doing the Leopard Tank 2A6 from Agora Models. Your box 13 is going to have your replacement boards, wires to make everything super duper and work fine. So there you go. How many lagers have I had tonight? Just one. Just one. But do you remember last year Agora Models sent me those ales that are like there was 12 ales, they're all different ones, some really strong thing. They've done the same this year to me, so I received some lovely ales today. So Claire, James, Liam, all the folks over at Agora Models, thank you so much for sending that. When I saw that, my face was like, because you know it's going to be one every Thursday night now, and you'll get the streams where I'm slurring, depending on the alcohol content of that ale. Ale, which I can't say properly. But no, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for that. A Calax unit. That's what I meant. Thank you, Will's Workshop. A Calax. I'm glad you know what it is. I ain't got a clue what it is. A Calax unit. What is it, like pigeonholes? It's like a little square holes, isn't it? Calax unit. Mark Pringlesleaf, you had a row with the wife last night and she threw a bottle of fabric conditioner at me. It must have been the noise. It was too close to come. What are you like? Sparky, I've got a joke for you. What do you call a Batman when he skips church? Christian Bale. You tell the holiday silly season's coming when those jokes start. Seriously, I just cannot get on with Christopher Nolan films. You know, I watched Memento with Guy Pearce. I absolutely love that film. But every other one I've watched just don't. It just seems like Chris Nolan's way of storytelling is to drag things out as much as he possibly can. I couldn't stand Inception because of that. It reminded me of Blade Runner, and you know my thoughts on Blade Runner. But yeah, I'm just hoping his new one, Oppenheimer. I'm hoping that he can turn me. But I mean, you've got directors which have done the opposite to me, like David Fincher, The Game with Michael Douglas, and Fight Club with obviously Brad Pitt. I love them films. Didn't really like Alien 3 that much, but David Fincher's latest films haven't really done much for me, I have to say. When does Pack 6 or Titanic come out? I believe they've been sent now, Phil, but they should be probably with you after Christmas. I'm not going to be building it till after Christmas now. Just trying to see what I've got here. Pack 6, isn't it? It's Pack 6. So we've got it here to be sent out. So I'm guessing probably after Christmas. But as soon as you see that it's going up on my channel, chances are it's probably already on American soil. But Will got a Christmas card today. Will Dickey, I don't know if you're in chat. So your Christmas card's probably on your way. But I don't know where you are, Phil. You might not be home. So when you come home next, you might have stuff waiting for you. Don't drink and build. Is that needs to be a t-shirt, Lou? Lou's t-shirt, by the way, I don't think I've got the I'm just looking. Have I got that there? Yes, look, the t-shirts are now in the store. The Lou, there was a problem with your one. I couldn't get it in the store, but I managed to do that. So they're in there now. So the Spruverse t-shirts and the Aztec Dummy t-shirts are now in the store. I've also got a new link tree, which basically puts all of my, there we go. It puts all of my, you got to be kidding me. Stand by. All right, okay. It puts all of my links in one place. I thought it blocked me sending links. Like, what the hell? Because I never use this. And I still can't believe we're 38 minutes into this stream and Restream still isn't working. Now, Restream I actually pay for every month. So to say that they've got features which aren't working is just beyond me. But I can read some of this out over on Twitch there. The Brood says, my interpretation of the ending of Lost, that they were all dead to begin with, all met back up once they died, like the ending of Titanic, basically. I don't know. Would I watch it again? It's like Walking Dead. I liked Walking Dead, probably the first 3 seasons, and then it became the same old. And then everyone started to be stormtroopers, and they couldn't fire guns straight. And I thought, no, I'm done with this now as well. That's probably why I don't watch much TV anymore. Oh, bless. Look, I'm having a right whinge tonight, aren't I? It's the lager. It's making me whinge. When does the next issues of Knight Rider come out? Well, Sylvester Hedon, I've actually just done one video, but I'm 2 weeks behind everybody else. So I'm guessing after Christmas now. But there you go. Hello, Todd. How's it going? Isn't drinking on the job illegal? Well, I've read my terms and conditions of employment here, Robert, and apparently it's very much allowed. It's amazing what the World of Wayne contract allows me to do. But, you know, if there were things in the contract which were dubious, I could probably go on strike. I'll be in my workshop with my placard and Mrs. World of Wayne will be shouting at me. Edward Bellamy, Wayne, with the tumbler coming out next Wednesday, why don't the companies give their free gifts to people who buy from shops rather than online? I think that it's a good question, Ed, but I think their idea, though, is that they want to convert the people from the high street into subscriber customers, because if you've got a subscriber customer, then you've probably got a good chance that that person's going to continue that build right to the end because they're subscribing to it. But with shop customers, you'll get the idea that they'll buy the first 2 issues and then it can just peter off because the stock is in the shop for a limited time. And if you miss a issue, is it worth the hassle of going to get the issue from online and get it done? Why don't you just subscribe? See what I mean? So I think the whole idea of getting it online is what they're working on, because the last ones I did with Hachette, I went to the newsagents and I got a subscription through the newsagents for it, and the only reason I did that was because it came out earlier in the newsagents than it did for the subscribers. So I guarantee that even though I've subscribed to the Tumblr, I'll be able to get issue 1 on that Wednesday the 28th before we've had the delivery from Hachette. So I'll have a video up near that date, even though some people's subscribers haven't come through, because they're waiting for 4 issues in one go. Or that might only be 2 for the first delivery. If that makes sense, I hope so. I can't even pronounce it now, Stuart. Kalex sounds like a supervillain. Kalex holes, approximately 1 foot square, can get a variety of inserts doors for it. But Cheeky Fox, what I don't understand, Mrs. World of Wayne's talking about are you storing fabric in there, Mrs. World of Wayne? Because your fabric bolts are quite big, so they're not going to fit in a small 1 foot like depth. I don't know what the depth of those things are. You seem to have done all the research on it, so I'm you know me, I just sit back and just let you get on with it. You have 3 issues left of the Ghostbusters and you can't finish it, Sparky. Sparky, I've got mine sitting upstairs still, and because I didn't, everyone got issue 32, was it? 31? I don't know. I never got the rear lights, so I only managed to put the front light in. I never got the roof bars or anything. So, I mean, I know I can get them aftermarket through Partwork upgrades, but because I didn't get that rear light, it does throw it off a bit. So, there you go. Alex Webster, when did the last pack of the Ford GT? I thought it was directed by Nolan. You tried to spin out there. When you did the last pack of the Ford GT, I thought it was directed by Nolan as you tried to spin out the length. Yeah. I was just as shocked as you, Alex. Do you remember that part where I just opened it up and there was 2 pages of instructions, but we only put 1 thing in? My reaction there was, as you saw it, I was like, you got to be kidding me. I need to check that again to make sure they haven't wrote 2 pages of instructions just to screw 1 thing in. Crazy. You hear that Enterprise D might be available as separate issues in the new year. Not sure how it works for subscribers. Nothing confirmed yet. No, I'm just, I'll believe it when I see it, Robert, at the moment. You've ordered Phil's shirt and 2 mugs, AD and standby. I'm going to need a merch on the map pretty soon. Yeah, definitely. We haven't done that for a while, have we? There is a delay in printing some of these shirts, though, Lou. I've got this really, really strange feeling that, you know that Phil's got a shirt coming. I've got a strange feeling I've ordered it from here and it's being shipped from Europe going to America. I really do think that's what's happening. Because I've checked today, and if I order it from America, it's not the same time limit as the one that's in America. So if that's the case, Phil, you might be having a shirt from an American company that's been manufactured in Europe to go to an American place. Ollie Monopoly. Hey, Ollie Monopoly. I do love that name. I keep saying that. The Lou drinking game. Every time Wayne says standby, we all have to take a shot of Kraken. Yeah, I can play that too. I'll be on the Kraken on the Christmas night. Trust me. We need something to warm our cockles out here. I'm looking forward to that Christmas quiz night. I think it's going to be good. There are some trick questions in there, and it is a bit harder than last year. I'll tell you that now. But there are some trick questions as well, which are sure to start arguments. But, you know, What's Christmas without arguments over a board game or a quiz? We would have a ton of loopy viewers. It'll be the first like drunken YouTube stream where everyone smashed on Kraken. I think Kraken need to start taking shares in the channel or advertising. Will's Workshop used to like going to my newsagents to get my magazines. I think the DB5 was the last one I did. I mean, I never did the DB5 when it first came around. Obviously, I built it for someone else. But someone just said something there. Hang on a second. Stand by. Tunny loopy viewers. PCT IXO wants to offer their builds both ways, single bulk issues, monthly deliveries. We shall see. Nope, I can't remember. I was going to say something, can't remember. Yes, fabric. Yes, it's perfect for my needs. Okay. If it's perfect for your needs, we're good. So yeah, it has to be Kraken. Can you put the Kraken in the coffee? That's legal. Well, I've been learning about Di Serrano. I've never tasted Di Serrano, but apparently if you mix it with cranberry juice, it tastes like Cherry Bakewell. If you mix it with Corona, I believe it tastes like Dr. Pepper. I've heard so many other things. It's really weird. I might have to try this Di Serrano. Never tried that. So, your stuff's due this week. Oh, right. That's cool. So, I think I've ordered it from here, Lou. I'm an idiot. This is what happens when you put me in charge of shopping. This is why I normally just outsource that to my PA. Bless. Also, thank you to John Freeman for your stuff. I've got that here. We love the brochures for Devon. I've got loads of brochures for Devon, Chris. You're going to love that. And I've got your letter and I've got all your photos on this dongle here. So that's much appreciated. I'm still looking through it. A lot of good Star Trek models on there. I'll share some of them with Phil and Lou as well. I didn't realise there's so many Star Trek models in one place. I thought Lou had lots. Ah, bless. Last year was a good laugh. It certainly was, Kevin Pritchard. I mean, this year you'd expect us to be more experienced, to make it a bit more professional, but I can't guarantee that. I've done the professional bit of having the questions on the screen. This year the answers aren't going to be on the screen. And this year, you remember I did 10 questions and then we did the answers and then we went on to the next round? Not like that this year. This year it's going to be 50 questions. You submit your answers and then we'll go through them all. Once I've cut off the submission, it won't let you submit the answers. So you can't just rapidly type them in. But I have been trying. So Mrs. Rolderwayne won't be doing it because she's been my scapegoat. She's the one that I've been asking these questions to see what answers she comes back with. Because I can't help it if you spell something wrong. So to alleviate that sort of problem is I've been trying to figure out how people might spell certain things that might be a little bit difficult on the spelling. But if it sounds right but it's spelt wrong, chances are it's going to mark it wrong. The marking's all automatic as well. It's just going to give me a score and tell me rank people. So that's how it works. And then if there is a tiebreaker, we might have to have the wheel of names at the end or something like that. I don't know. But it's only 10 days till Christmas. I don't know. It's gone really quick. But just so you know, we had... obviously, I apologise for Tuesday night's stream. Obviously, I took my dad out to dinner. He had a Christmas meal with the Parkinson's group. He really enjoyed himself. Unfortunately, he had a fall when he came back, so he's got a big cut down his face now. But he has got a new phone, so he's happy with that. And I know he watches my stream, so hi, Dad. Thank you for the fun on Tuesday. We did enjoy ourselves. Did you know the Ouija board is owned by Hasbro Toys? No way! Demonic Possession is now a branch of Hasbro? Wow. Try Pilk, Pepsi and milk. Sounds horrible, but tastes nice. Well, I've heard about a drink called a Malimu. Have you ever heard of Malimu, Phil? Have you ever heard of a Malimu? It's Malibu with milk. Apparently, it's supposed to taste really nice. Malimu. Moo as in cow. I haven't got any Malibu here. It's just rum, so I'm sure I'm going to love it. But I think I'll have to try that one out. Dongle, don't you mean USB flash drive? No, Mike, these are called dongles. USB dongle, don't you call them that? Don't tell me I'm the only one who calls this a USB dongle. Dongles. They're dongles. I've always called these dongles. Please don't tell me this is one of my things again. They're called dongles. They've always been called dongles. I'm worried now. I'm waiting patiently on chat because I'm sure they're called dongles. Okay. Alexa, stop. You pronounce it Malibu after you drink 5 Malibus. Alexa, close. You know, my first trip out tomorrow, Phil, is going to be to get some Malibus now. But yeah, they're called dongles. I'm telling you, ever since you call them dongles, ever since PC World days, when I used to work at PC World, we used to do people's health checks, and all their health checks were stored on the USB dongle. I've always known them as dongles. Yep, dongles for me, you see. I bet the Americans are thinking, what? You call them dongles, you see. You bought a bottle of Belgian, what was that? You bought a bottle of Belgian, I'm sorry, I've lost the thing. There's a drink called a Cornish Lush. Have that with milk, and that is an alcoholic milkshake. Wow, I still like my Advocar. You know, the old lemonade and Advocar? So you got your Snowball. Do like that. Drink of the 80s. A dongle is what you use to connect to the internet. No, USB dongle. I've always called them USB dongle. I think Wi-Fi, we call Wi-Fi dongles. They're just dongles. It's a funny word. No, a dongle to me is what you use for connecting a laptop. Wow. Just don't say you're inserting your dongle while screen. What we got to 8:51 before the conversation just went down into the gutter, didn't we? We did well tonight. I'm quite proud. I've always called them dongles. Flash drive's quite a new thing. I mean, you know, called flash drives now, but because I've always called them dongles when they first come out, I've always called them dongles. And then when they bought out the Bluetooth dongle or the Wi-Fi dongle, put it in the computer. Didn't Laverne of Laverne and Shirley drink milk and Pepsi? Have you tried, Lou? You're speaking to someone who's tried it. Milk and Pepsi. What's the word? It sublimates. It splits, so it turns it clear. So you'll have clear at the top, and then you'll have some sort of cheesy mess at the bottom that looks Pepsi coloured. Didn't taste it. Just wanted to see that if it went clear at the top. Don't like the idea of tasting it, but I'll be happy. I'd happily drink some milk and follow it down with some Pepsi. I don't have to see it then. It's already in my stomach. Dongle all day long. Wow. Isn't it amazing how we found something that people say different on a street? I didn't know that. A boot goes on your foot, dead bodies go in a trunk. Portland 182. A dongle is usually an electronic key. USB sticks or flash drives are for storage. Wow. It's amazing the difference in language between different places, I have to say. We experienced it here as kids, you know, the game where you tag someone else and, you know, they're it. It was called it. It was called had. It was called tick. It was called all our different names in different locations around the country. But in the UK, everyone remembers Bulldog. So it's like some games just transverse different cultures and different areas of the country. Just don't put the dongle in the lady cave. Mrs. Welder Wayne has quite a few dongles in her lady cave. I've got no, Wayne. Don't even go down that road. You love snowballs, Advocar, vodka, lime, and lemonade. You know what? I said snowballs. David Giles. Giles. If I had to epitomise the 80s drink, it will be an Advocar and lemonade, so a snowball in this hand and a baby sham in this hand. And then we'd probably have a Southern Comfort and lemonade for good measure, or a Pernod and Black. They're all 80s drinks. I don't even know if you ask for them at a bar now. I'm sure you'll get thrown out. Merry Christmas, Rick Gregory. I wonder how a hot chocolate drink and marshmallow with Baileys would taste. Well, I know you can get. I've seen this one drink. You get vodka, You get Baileys and you pour Baileys over a spoon so it congeals in the bottom to look like a brain. And then you use some razzmatazz or some sort of red liquor to go over the top of that so it looks like a damaged brain inside a glass. I think it's called brain damage, actually. But I think that's one of the only cocktails I know how to make. That, I mean, pina colada. God, I love me pina colada. What did I just say? I didn't say anything. Please let me in the house tonight. It's bloody cold out here. What about Harvey Wallbanger? Who can tell me what's in that? I haven't got a clue. Harvey Wallbanger. The funny thing is, I've heard of it, but I couldn't tell you what's in it, and I'll probably happily drink it as well. But I can't put the chats up on the screen, Todd. The thing's malfunctioned tonight, unfortunately. Yeah, they're not showing at all. It malfunctioned at the start of the stream, Todd. I mean, I can put chats up from like Facebook, but I can't put chat up from YouTube, unfortunately, because Restream's decided it wants to proverbially shit the bed. So I can't do anything there. You'll think you'll stick to your rums. Oh, it's nice to have a little experiment now and again. If it wasn't for Warp Core Breach, I'm telling you, at that Star Trek exhibition in Vegas, I wouldn't have even known what rum tastes like. My Warp Core Breach was my first step into the world of rum. And believe me, that was a step that took me to another dimension. Hot chocolate and amarula. I've never heard of that. How do you get the rums? Matter of fact, we were talking about that last night. Not last night, the night before. Mrs. World Away made me a chili con carne. And I'm sure I read a recipe where you can mix dark chocolate with it. And she already knew the name of it. So I'm fancying a chocolate chili con carne. Sounds quite nice. So what do you think of my suggestion to warm up the workshop with those crystals, the rocks? They're only lamps. They wouldn't. They're not going to warm anything up, Rick. I get more warmth out me lava lamp there. To be honest with you, the heater I've got in here is really, really hot. But in the mornings, it just takes so long to actually just get it cool in here. But how about a slow, comfortable screw? That's a drink for the ages. I've heard of that as well, Lou, but, you know, never going to... Vodka and... What's a Giuliano? Giuliano. Never heard of that. Giuliano. I used to work the beers, wines and spirits section in Sainsbury's years ago. Giuliano. Ah, it's a liquor with a sweet herbal liquor produced in Italy. Giuliano. Gonna be a fun Christmas with all these recipes here. Harvey Wallbanger consists of orange juice, vodka, Giuliano liquor. Wow. Well, now I know what Giuliano is. I can get the rest of it. I've never seen Giuliano in the shops, I have to say, over here. I have to go to a dedicated place for that, I reckon. So, BJ. Oh, dear. Amarula is a cream liquor from South Africa. It's made with sugar, cream, and the fruit of an African marula tree. That just sounds like a magical recipe, Gary. They get out there quick. I see what you mean, because that's how they warmed the rocks in Next Generation, Rick. With the phasers, wasn't it? I remember that. But there you go. Look, we've had a great stream tonight. I can't even remember what we've been talking about. We've been talking about so many random things tonight. It's just like blown my mind. But this was the last normal chat live stream before Christmas, because next Thursday we have got the Christmas quiz. So stay tuned for all the social media. I'll post all the answer sheets that you're going to need if you want to be in for a chance for a prize. But you don't have to use that. If you just want to sit back with a pen and paper and just have fun, then obviously you can do that as well. But that's going to be next Thursday. So remember, tomorrow's New York Fire Truck is going to be out slightly later than normal, and I'll be back on Monday. But thank you for joining me tonight. It's been an absolutely great stream. I'm going to kick Restream now to try and get chat working again, but I don't think that's going to work. But look, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you later. Nothing's working tonight. I can't get anything working. Oh, bless.